Hello everybody, we are the Dice Stormers and this is Team Bravo. We have Krista, Gabby, Tash and Murray, and I am your host, Dungeon Master Derek. Murray, if you could please give us your character and your pronoun.
I'm Murray, I'm a he, him, and my character is Eupolis, a tiefling warlock.
Tash.
Hi, I'm Tasha, she, her, and my character is Syra Dawnbreak, and she is a human paladin.
Hi, I'm Gabby, she, her, and I play an artificer, Ohm Whistlefarer, and she's,
Ohm Whistlefarer.
Ohm Whistlefarer, yeah.
I'm Krista, she, her, and my character is Sophia of Antipolis. She's a human cleric.
Alright, so this is our intro video. Please like, subscribe and comment and put the notifications on so that you're aware of when we post new episodes. We'd like to give a shout out to Wizards of the Coast for providing us with this special early access to this game, and we'd also like to thank D&D Beyond for use of the tools that they've given us, and a last shout out to Sirenscape, who will be producing some of the wonderful sound effects that you will hear. So we will see you on the other side. Hello everybody, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Descent into Avernus, and I discovered during the recording of the last session, or editing of the last session, that I've been calling the name wrong. I've been calling it Descent to Avernus, but it's not. It's Descent into Avernus.
And I think that technically it's Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus.
Yes. But
or let's make an acronym that's really hard.
DIA, yes. And that was when I realised that I'd been pronouncing it wrong or using the wrong bit in the middle, because technically, yes, we are going into Avernus rather than to it. It's a...
Right.
It's a bit scary. All right. Well, thank you. As you saw, we're ready to go. The team has just discovered that via a spy that they have a new place to go to, which is
the Frolicking Nymphs Bathhouse. Gosh, that's hard to say quickly.
I did notice that when I said it.
We're going there.
All right, so on the way there, you have become level 2. Oh, level 2. So
Power courses through us.
would you kick us off, Krista, with telling us what Sophia has gained with level 2?
Sure. Sophia is replete with holy magics. Now a much better healer spellcaster. Not much of an upgrade, just more health, and she can channel divinity now. So she can utilize her healing magics to do some extra goodness when she's healing people or when she's attacking undead things.
Good. All right.
So,
how about Ohm?
Alright, so I got to prepare a new spell, which is always very exciting. And I can also now infuse items up to 2 items maximum. And I've chosen replicate alchemy jug, I can replicate a bag of holding, and I can replicate a wand of magic detection.
And this takes how long to do?
So I have to obviously get an item, a non-magical item, which I infuse into them, which I attune to, and I can do 1 in between each long rest to up to a maximum of 2. So it's lots of flexibility.
And they stay like that forever? They don't run out, or?
I believe it depends on which one it is.
Oh, okay.
So it needs to recharge.
Can you imagine if your bag of holding expired? What a bummer.
I know. I think what happens is if I exceed 2, the last one disappears. So I just have to make sure that I unactivate the right one each time. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
You wouldn't want to have it in your robe or your pocket when it.
I wonder what happens. Do you just lose it forever, or does all the items just magically?
I think it will just burst out.
I think we're crawling through a dungeon. You're like, oh, we need this item really badly, and then your robes explode outward with swords. And
better than that than doing it in the middle of a marketplace or something.
Yeah.
Tash.
Yes, well, at level 2 as a paladin, I have taken a fighting style, which is dueling.
Okay.
So that empowers all of my attacks effectively. So if I'm wielding a one-handed weapon and no other weapon. I have also now learnt a bunch of spells. So I've got 11 spells that are known to me, 4 of which I've prepared. Most of them have to do with protecting us from evil and good, and sensing evil and good, and poison and disease and things like that.
Right.
But the ones that I prepared are Bless, which allows me to charm you all and allow you to have advantages on your rolls. Basically, it's kind of like guidance, gives you plus D4 to your attack
Attack
rolls.
or saving throws,
That's right.
and a little spring in your step.
Yes, a little spring in your step. Everyone feels
What
blessed.
a very eventful walking trip to a
Yes.
bathhouse.
Yes. Oh, I suddenly know 11 spells. That just happened.
Yeah, it's like,
While I was
thanks,
walking down
Lathander.
the street. It's like I've been working on these for years, but they just clicked into place now. And I've also taken Cure Wounds because I figure it's always useful to have more healing, as well as Divine Favor, which allows, again, imbues my attacks with radiant damage,
Yep.
so I can hit extremely hard. And the final one I took, I can't recall now, all of a
Is
sudden.
it the smiting?
No,
There's a
Smite
Shield of Faith.
is
Shield of
another
Faith,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, Shield of Faith, which is a bonus action where I can cast a shield on someone effectively.
Nice.
But then on top of that, yes, I now have Smite as well as extensions to Lay on Hands and Divine Sense and such. So I have all of my innate paladin abilities now, and I'm ready to go.
Sweet.
All right.
Well, on my journey to the bathhouse, I too was imbued with some strange things. So I suddenly learned 2 invocations that I've been trying to memorize in typical Robert Vance style. So I've learned Agonizing Blast, which allows me to add my charisma bonus to my Eldritch Blast, because of course I'm a warlock. And that's what we do. And I also took Devil's Sight, which allows me to see 120 feet in darkness, both magical and non-magical. So, yeah, nothing's invisible to me. Except, signals about
Oh, except for the
interaction.
non-signal signals.
Yeah, like, sorry,
They're
what?
always invisible to all of
absolutely.
us.
Yes.
And I also learned another spell, and I decided to take Hellish Rebuke. So anything that harms me at its peril, because as a reaction I can make a dexterity saving throw and take 2d10 fire damage for hurting me.
Yes, that is
How
quite
dare
nice.
you.
That one.
Right.
Excellent. All right. Well, that is our characters on the way to the bathhouse. I had a map of which will appear on the screen, but the bathhouse is kind of in the better part of town, which is up on the hills, and you can see it up there.
So as we levelled on our way to the better part of town, does this now mean that we always head to better parts of town just in case we level as we walk into
You
the
have a
better
good
part of town?
feeling. As you go up in altitude, you also go up in power.
So as we walk, I'm like, so is this what it feels to be well? Well, I could get used to this kind of feeling.
That's right.
And I'm like, no, this is normal for me. This level of nobility. Blessed
Why-
all of you.
Why are you level 5 already then?
So let's see. So we met Captain what was his name? Zodge.
Zodge.
Captain Zodge.
Yes, it's sort of in the around midday, and then we dealt with the pirates in the tavern, and then we're walking towards the bathhouse. So I'm going to say it's somewhere in the afternoon that you arrive at the bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do once you are there?
Well, I think I noticed that we got into a bit of a fight before, and I think my
With the
innate
pirate?
caring ability, like I just look around and I notice you're a little bloodied and I'm a little hurt, and I think to myself, I should do this. So I approach and I just lay a hand on your shoulder and say, "You're welcome," and I go ahead and channel divinity to restore some health to us.
Okay. All right.
So you needed 5 HP back.
That is correct.
And I get 1 back for myself, so I think we're up to 4 points. But did anybody need?
I took 1 damage.
And I'm just going to go ahead and lay a hand on you as well. And we're good.
So afternoons, good part of town, bathhouses. This is my
We are winning.
This is my new ritual for leveling. Is there a bathhouse? Oh, I can't level.
Bathhouse, I need a healer presence.
I've got to recreate this every time, and I'll go up a level, surely.
All right. Excellent. Very nice.
Now we know there's a secret door, don't we?
Inside the bathhouse.
Right, but we don't know where.
No. No.
And as
I
we
should.
approach the bathhouse, is there...
I should do the description.
That would be
Arrival
nice
at the bathhouse.
scene setting.
The bathhouse is a one-story stuccoed building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles.
I thought this was the nice part of town.
Well, it's very rustic.
Stucco was once nice.
Oh,
10-foot walls enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building. The closed wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in water.
Frolicking nymphs.
Frolicking nymphs. So it is sort of mid-afternoon, and the sun is starting to set. As you approach, you do see a patron exit the bathhouse and sort of head past you.
Do they look dodgy?
Roll me an insight or a...
Insight.
Ooh, rolling. D&D begins.
This is it.
That is a straight 11.
He has the calm air of somebody who's just had a relaxing scrub.
He must have leveled too.
Can I ask, do the Flaming Fist kind of patrol around this area, or is it like, how would they feel if we're going and we've got our badges on?
Yeah, tell us about the broken windows policing policy in the city.
Definitely the Flaming Fist would police this part of town. Obviously, I think there would be less Flaming Fists in this part of town than in the lower levels, but definitely, yes, your company has run of the city.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
So are we going?
I
in,
would like to enter the bathhouse.
Are we going in our Flaming Fister identity, or is it in our?
Yeah, I think we should just go
in,
forward
yeah.
as though we're on official business. We're gods. We're looking to,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you know what? I
regulate the people here.
Yeah, I might actually take mine off just in case we split up. And my concern is, if these people are operating within this bathhouse, they're not going to be operating if they know that it's getting patrolled or potentially patrolled.
That's a good point.
So that might be just something to think about.
Well, we could all take off our badges and pretend to be normal folk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Put it away.
Secret identity.
It's a good idea.
Do we know anything about Baal, Bane, and Merkel? So we could drop
And they're
some.
who we're expecting to find here. Is that correct? Or
That's
just
the dead
this is the
tree
lead.
where we're kind of.
Yeah.
So the dead three are actually... So there's a fair bit of Forgotten Realms lore that we're going to get into here that I'm not super down on, but my understanding was in a very world-shattering event, a number of gods were killed. Baal, Bane, and Merkel were three of the ones that were sort of destroyed.
Right.
And their followers kind of lost their powers and...
Okay.
But still went on sort of worshipping them in...
She's a better deity.
Yeah. They were. I mean, Baal was kind of the man. So for him to get his ass whooped like he did was kind of a bit...
Well, he thought he was the man, but...
Yeah.
Not like Lathander.
Yeah, that's right.
So yes, there has been a sort of a massive power shift that caused those three gods to die, and there are people still who still worship them in there as their deity.
So to know the symbolism or the signal that a worshipper of Baal, Bane, or Merkel would make to kind of
Religion check.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
A religion check.
Yeah, give me a religion
Should we
check.
all do a bit of a...
Sure.
What do we
I
know
propose
about
that as
the things
should we
I'm happy to give you advantage. I'm supporting you.
Oh,
I
With
simply
your check.
refuse.
okay.
This is very silly. I don't know why you are so into these gods of yours.
I'm not. No. I'm doing this as a mere way of perhaps gaining advantage.
Sure, but just
For
Yeah,
for both of us.
Were you both
Whichever,
helping?
yeah.
Or you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
helping?
no.
Look, I even have.
I'm just gonna
Not
practice.
that you'll need it. Okay.
15.
15.
That's my first. So
Yeah.
15.
10.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so again, I'm really hoping I don't mess this up. Please mention in the comments if I've
Teach us the Lord.
Help us, help you, help us.
Is this canon? I don't know.
So I believe Baal is the symbol of Baal is a grinning skull with a circle of blood droplets around it.
Oh, charming.
And Bane, when I look up Bane in D&D Beyond, it gives me all of the spells Bane and the Fist of Bane and Elemental Bane, but it doesn't actually tell me about the god. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure which what his symbol was. And Merkel was the god of or goddess.
Whilst this is happening, I was just like doing random hand gestures to try and help Doc get their information. I'm like, I think this is the secret code, and I just start doing stuff.
Oh, Merkel is a reaper, so he or she appears as a skeleton. Yes, and cloaked.
So just
Bane is also known as the Black Hand and Black Lord.
That's right. Yes, and I think his symbol is a palm up like that.
black hand.
Cool.
Right.
So the guy who just walked out, did he
Yeah.
have a black hand?
No, he
Okay.
did not. There
He's
was,
cool, everybody. It's fine.
he did also not have a grinning skull or blood droplets.
I was about to ask.
So following on Om's sorry, not
That's
Om.
okay.
Just
Um,
quickly
not-
on the law, it's called the Time of Troubles.
The
was
Time of
when
Troubles,
the
yes.
Great War between the deities.
That
took
I think
lovely
is underselling it.
It is
lovely
really
euphemistic
underselling
way
it.
of talking about the time we
Ooh,
killed
the-
those
the
gods.
troubles.
Oh yes, the troubles.
Yes.
That's right.
So
like teenage
not,
years.
not to offend Sophia, but and showing that warlocks are more than Eldritch Blast. Using thaumaturgy, my
Oh yes.
tiefling cantrip.
Yep.
I'm going to create the minor illusion of a black hand palm up, a reaper, and a grinning skull with blood droplets around
I
it. and sort
shared
of like
this knowledge with you after my religion check.
Yeah, yes, yes.
By the way, everyone, in case you don't know, I know everything about the deity.
That's right.
So I'm going
So-
to sort of create that minor.
Perfect.
The definition of it is a minor wonder. So
Okay.
that's your call whether that counts.
Yes. Do you want it to be?
Kind of not like like those tiny little pins that you have to look close to see, but if someone's wearing, you know that they're wearing them.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
like lapel pins.
Lapel pin. All right. Fair enough. I think that perfectly fits
Cool.
under the form of a minor wonder.
Okay.
So you head inside.
And I'll ignore your sort of.
I mean, it's a neat trick. I just don't know why everybody's so obsessed with the gods and the. Yeah. Whatever.
All right. So the doors open into a very attractive sort of courtyard. This L-shaped courtyard features trimmed lawn and nicely manicured shrubbery. The yard is decorated with white marble benches and stone fountains, each in the form of a smiling nymph, tipping a glass that spills water into a circular stone basin. There are a couple of people walking about. There is... Yes, there is a female human standing what you would assume to be standing guard. She's by the door and she's armed and armoured, and she just she watches you walk in, but she doesn't particularly pay any specific attention to you.
In terms of the trapdoor, do we have any knowledge about where in the bathhouse it's located?
No.
Or is this a pure investigation mission at this point?
She was very specific about that she didn't know where it was. Yeah.
Is this our version of a beach episode?
Oh my god, let's get into bikinis!
Damn.
Come on! Adventure away!
Oh my goodness. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know what in the
glorious.
fantasy realm what the bath attire is really. You know.
Yeah.
Or
It's
lack
probably
of bath
just
attire.
Nudity.
In the
obviously,
bath,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
assume
Yeah.
there's a lot of nudity on display at the
Yes.
Okay, what's the layout of the building from where we are?
So the entrance is ahead of you. The gardens sort of stretch around the building to the side, and yes, the doors are closed. The guard is in front, and she's just waiting there.
As a blue skinned gold flecked tiefling, I'm just going to walk past every person I can, make eye contact, and see if they notice.
Is there like a possible side entrance? Could we perhaps split up, because we're basically right now we're just looking for what we're looking
Anything.
for.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the non-signal signal. Be like, you guys in that way. I'm going around the side, just with my eyes.
Oh, I know exactly what you're thinking!
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah, no, I've
Yes.
got it all.
Yeah,
I've got it all.
yeah. You don't have to be a halfling to communicate by
No,
mind.
no,
It's
no.
fine.
Give me an insight check.
No, insight, man, I'm just choosing all the things I'm not proficient in. Oh, roll a 19,
Oh,
no, that's
okay.
all right.
19.
Yeah.
You're proficient today.
Yeah.
So the 19 gives you. Is it just straight
Straight
19?
19.
Straight 19. Okay, very very good. You do notice that the armored person at the door sees your thing of the hand, and you definitely notice that she locks onto it.
Locks it. Yep.
But you also see her kind of sneer.
Right.
Oh.
At me, that she doesn't recognise me, or at...
No, at the choice of
Okay.
You're being.
Right.
Yeah.
You're being
You're not
profiled.
you're not being in fashion for
Oh.
the triad of hate.
Right,
This
right.
is all very, you know.
Okay, I'm. I
So it's like you spot an opposing team
right.
of your soccer group or whatever.
Uh,
So you go, oh, they play soccer, and then they go, oh, it's for the other. They support the other
Right.
team.
Do we see this reaction in her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice.
In that case, I might just stroll right up and say, "Don't worry, he's with me." Just what's my friend's made a little faux pas here. We apologize. I think it's obvious that this wasn't entirely to your taste. How might we correct this? What might have been? Would you be able to tell us a bit about your reaction there?
She says, well, we don't normally see you at this time. Maybe it would be better if you came back later.
There was a
Oh,
mystery.
I'm new in town. Oh, sorry.
Very well. It's just, I mean, you're welcome to use the facilities, but if there is some other places you'd like to go, I suggest you do it later.
Well, where else could we go?
I'm not permitted. And somebody else walks
Right.
past, and she kind of snaps back up to
Right.
attention and grabs her hilt.
You have to understand, there's been a bit of a mix-up with everything that's going on. We've lost our communique, and it's just a bit of a misunderstanding. But if you just let us know when we should come back and where we might go in the meantime, we would be very, very grateful. And I maybe just flash a bit of coin.
Right.
Maybe while this conversation is happening, I might actually just walk past like I don't know them into the bathhouse
Okay.
area.
They're not with me.
How embarrassing!
Yeah, she's. I got insight. I got a 19.
Thank you for your query. The bathhouse closes at midnight.
Well, it's very kind of you. And I sling her a copper coin.
She sort of waves her hand and it's gone. And, yes.
Bounces off her armor. Copper.
Didn't say I was generous.
Since I'm in the bathhouse area, I'd like to start like basically circling along the walls, looking for like as though I'm just wandering around, enjoying the scenery, acquainting myself with the facilities. But I'm really looking at the walls for any indication of symbols of any kind that
Alright.
could indicate, where there might be a trapdoor or any symbols that relate to any of the deities we've been talking about.
All right. There is a box text.
There's a box text.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a wall,
yeah.
like inscribed, like epigraphy. Yeah.
Mouse over it and it just pops out.
That's right.
Where did you come from?
The walls of this 20-foot-high pillared chamber are adorned with frescoes of bathing royalty. You feel
Oh.
right at home.
Oh, excellent.
Natural light streams in through the stained glass windows, creating colourful patterns on the tiles of polished blue marble that cover the floor. 3 sunken, shallow pools contain scintillating perfume-scented water. White marble benches bearing stacks of dry towels are situated near the pools, each of which comes equipped with a pair of brass faucets. So as you sort of stroll about the room, yes, there's sort of 2 pools as you come in on either side, and 1 pool ahead, and then at the end of each pool, at the one ahead of you, there is 2 doors, which are closed at the moment.
I start jiggling and I go, "Excuse me, I need to go to the little girls' room.
Who are you talking to?
Where do I go?"
This is a great. This came up last time because there
There's
are
no toilet facilities.
The wall around the back.
Go out the back. Alright.
Yes.
Oh, is there anywhere I can
I
go
think-
to change?
I think you need to go and actually swim in the bath and then just
Oh,
recycle.
is that? Can you do that?
I think that would
They don't have-
probably be.
they don't-
I don't think they have the chemicals that
No.
the
They don't have the chemicals
modern
they have
bathhouses
today,
have.
yeah.
No.
Oh, is there anywhere I can go and get changed?
I believe the northern bathhouse, the northern massage room is unattended at the moment.
Thank you so much. I'll be right back, and I just start running off and start going towards there.
When I see her moving swiftly past me. I'm like, oh, and start following. Well, like, oh, maybe something's happened while I've been looking around.
So inside here there are also two similarly armed and armoured women in sort of patrolling this area too.
Okay. And there's only just the one room at the moment at this part of the, or is there like lots of little rooms?
No, there's two rooms
Okay.
that have the door closed to them.
Okay.
The southern one sort of has a chalk mark of an X on it, and the northern one is blank.
Excuse me, why is there chalk marks on here?
It's attended.
Oh. What do you mean when it's attended?
There is a session in progress.
Okay. And I can go use the other one then if I need to quickly get changed for the bathhouse?
Absolutely.
Alright, thank you very much. And then I look and I see
So we're together there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are outside?
Yeah.
Right.
And I go to
I followed you.
and then I just look at you and then I just start walking into this empty room.
I love that we're getting non-signal signals. I give you a non-signal signal that
Got
we
it.
should move away from the guard.
Yeah.
And I go,
Yeah, when she realizes that was just one copper.
yeah.
We don't want to hang around, you know.
She's not impressed with
We haven't made a friend. And I say, so there'll be no one here now until midnight.
Yeah. You know what we can do is we can have a nice long rest.
It's mid-afternoon, yeah, so we literally have an 8-hour period between now and midnight.
That's right.
How much gold do you have, actually?
Ooh. I have 65 copper.
Okay, let me run some Wait, copper?
Yeah.
Oh, no, gee. Oh, my eyesight, you're
Good.
65 gold, yes, no.
Oh, thank
no,
goodness. Okay, because let me run something by you, because we're at a bathhouse. There's a source of water, and I've been looking to make some holy water recently. But I just need a bit of affordances of things. Maybe you can sling a few gold my way, and I can make some holy water for our travels.
All right.
Yeah. So if you want to give me 15 gold, yep. No, 20 gold. You want to give me 20 gold?
20 gold to make
It's 25.
to make.
So, to make
holy
holy
water.
water.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
Why
would you?
Why do we need holy water?
Well, it lets me do like cool spells and like, bless people and stuff, and it's just really useful for me to have. Don't you want me to have cool things?
Are they cool things for all of us?
Oh yeah. Like I'll use it on you.
Oh!
Who's going to use it on you?
Yes, I hand over 20.
Yes,
Nice.
please.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean, let's go into the bathhouse and find a nice little place to do some magic.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
I'll saunter in.
So you two are going in?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How
Are
about
they...
Right.
Do we see them or are they gone?
No, we've moved into a
You've
room.
moved in, we don't see you.
So
Okay.
you've moved into that empty room.
Yes.
And I'm assuming your signal meant follow me.
Yes,
So I'm
that's
going
exactly what I
to,
meant.
once the guards have passed and the doors closed.
And then you walk in and she shrieks. Sorry, I
You weren't supposed to see me like this!
I misread your signal.
So I'm gonna, once the guards have left, I assume they're patrolling and they will leave the room.
No, they don't. They stay in the room. Yes.
Oh.
But they sort of, one of them raises an eyebrow when she sees you both going into the same change room together.
Just give her a knowing look.
She's in me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, just give her a knowing look and then enter the room.
Yes, it
Yeah.
seems.
What are we doing in here?
Yeah. And then I slowly shut the door so we get some privacy and I go, I think it's easier if we start doing our own surveillance without having 4 of us here. What do you think?
No, I agree. I think we need to split up so we're less of a spectacle.
That's right. And what about, because we've only come through that one door, but what about if we need to find other alternate routes out if we need to, right? Because we don't know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah, I think I'll do a kind of look around the perimeter to see where all the different entrances in the lay of the land.
Sounds good.
And maybe you can do some snooping into rooms to see if you can find anyone or anything like that.
Sounds very good. All right.
Great idea.
So do you just want to leave first or do you want me to leave first?
Oh, I'll leave first.
Okay. I open it really slowly just for
I
enough
just
for you to
ruffle
come
up
in.
my clothes a bit. and then slide out of the room and look at the guards like.
You know, you could have
Go on my way.
You could have avoided that as you know, in a bathhouse by not having the clothes, because then they wouldn't need to be ruffled.
That's right.
Because you went into the changing
It was
room
way
and
more
then came out
interesting this way
dressed.
though.
Yeah. Much more awkward encounter.
Yeah, well, at least they'll be focused on that rather than what I'm.
With a
Indeed.
gnome.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know, you got the untucked
Yeah,
tunic or
that's
the
right.
half
My
tucked
sword's
tunic.
kind of
You start
just hastily put back on, and I'll start to do basically a parole of the parameters of the area and be looking for. Basically, just figure out how this place is laid out, what different rooms there are, not try and go into any rooms that are locked or seem out of bounds, because I'm not trying to gain any attention, and just see if I can figure out how it's laid out and where the various entry and exit points are.
Yeah, there's really not much to tell other than what you've explored already. The only room that you haven't seen is the south massage room, which appears to be in a session in progress, the L-shaped courtyard, and this room that you're in now.
So not much to find, and there's nothing on any of the walls. Like there's no nymph that actually has blood pouring out of its mouth or something. Like that must be
First stuff.
something about that one, or just like three nymphs together that are all like cackling madly. I don't know.
No, nothing obvious like that.
Damn it. Why aren't bad guys more obvious?
We need to have a dwarf who can like recognise stonework
Right.
instantly and go, it's there.
I'm a stone dwarf. No.
No.
Yeah.
Do you
Right.
get that stone? Is that, or am I
Do you have
mixing? Am I mixing up my games and my
No,
additions?
you're right. I think I just have other like gnome cunning and stuff, which is a little bit different. But anyway, whilst I'm around the room and I just start looking, are there any items that are easily attainable? Hypothetically.
Towels.
Towels. Does anyone want towels? I'll just start like a huge bag of holding of towels.
So roll me a perception check.
Okay, let's see. It's a 6.
A 6. So you search around. There is a lot of sort of little vials of perfume. There's the towels, but other than that, there's nothing.
Okay, I might take one of the small perfumes and I'll put it in my pocket
All right.
for later use. Hello?
Massage.
I'm done for today. Thank you very much, though. I just get a little bit embarrassed.
I'm quite discreet.
I'm okay, thanks. And then I just start running out.
The gnome flees the massage room. Outside.
I'm looking on to see when this holy water creation's going to happen.
Okay,
I'm
right.
wandering into the place and looking for any convenient little assemblage of water would do well for me.
Yeah. Well,
Preferably have a nice sitting area right next to it. That'd be nice.
okay.
In a nicely manicured landscape.
There's a little tap with a sort of a drinking fountain or an area that could hold the water that you need and a small seat next to it.
Wonderful. Yep. The holy water, the bubbler edition. I'm super into it. Is this in the L-shapes?
No, this is inside.
It's just inside. Okay.
Well, you can do it outside as well. There's.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess while I'm inside, I don't understand how much like of my attention goes towards this. If I'm just chanting at it, or if I'm just like like it's like sewing, and I can just kind of look around.
I think that would be kind of up to you. Is it a flashy process or a?
No. So it's actually really quite bothering. I'd rather not have to do this, but you just put in the work, you get the result. And ideally, I just want to keep a lookout for anything that passes by that's of notice or worth while I start to conjure this up.
All right.
This, if I recall correctly, takes an hour.
Oh no.
So, if I get interrupted, I would be understanding of this. So I just start to do the process, and it's understood that I can pick it up later if required. I start chanting gently into the thing.
Yes, you're right.
A little bored, a little ho-hum.
Takes an hour, 25 GP worth of powdered silver.
Yep.
And requires the caster to expend a level 1 spell slot. Okay.
Oh. Yep, okay.
Spell slot.
Alright, I did forget about the spell slot
I
part.
thought when you're doing the ritual, you don't expend the spell slot.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
If you spend the hour, you
'cause
don't
it's the
expend
ritual,
the spell
you use
slot.
the hour.
If you use the
If I use the spell slot, it's instant.
But I'm not sure if that's true.
Okay.
I know, that's the impression I got when I last read the rules on it.
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, if we've got it right or wrong. Okay, so I'll say that it performs as a ritual and you don't use the spell.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's such a
Cool.
great
Yeah.
lifeline. We don't know. Maybe you do.
Oh, wait till you stream. Tell us now.
Yes, and it all comes in.
And then you get a flood of instant. Oh, apparently
Alright.
you're doing it wrong.
So you
So I've-
spend the hour?
I've started on this process, and I'm just kind of ho-humming along and just seeing if anything is amiss or anybody interesting comes by. Just warbling with the water,
Alright.
having it.
As
She's doing that.
as a fascinated warlock, I'm like, wow, so much work. I just made an agreement with like an
So half your soul.
archfey puck thing.
Yeah,
You know.
Sold my firstborn.
Yeah, I just sold my soul.
Anything you're
Sounds
doing?
pretty sweet.
I'm watching this.
You're watching that?
So I'm like just got out of the room and I lock eyes and I was like, oh, I wonder what she's up to. And then I walk up and I just sit next to you. I'm guessing you're close to the water edge.
Holy water.
Well, now I've got an audience, I kind of jazz it up a little.
Yeah. Like, look what she's doing.
Ooh, very
Whoa.
serious.
Haha!
And I start taking my shoes and socks off so I can put my feet in the water and I just start.
The holy water.
Oh no! I don't want to.
Oh, no,
touch that. Okay, maybe a little bit far away from that.
That would be funny.
It'd be hilarious.
So, the masseuse that came around to you is now walking around the bathhouse with a kind of a platter, and she, you're not entirely sure if it's she or he. Seems a fairly androgynous kind of person, but comes up to you and they hold out the platter. You see that there's a couple of silver pieces on it.
Oh, okay, yep, no problem. And I put, 2. Okay, sure. Put 1, 2. And then I just look away and I'm just trying not to be.
I put 1 gold piece and take 9 change.
Exchange.
Is it 2?
Not very good at math.
I can't
Oh,
remember.
gosh, can't
Tell
remember.
us in the comments.
Yeah. I thought it was 10 SP make 1 GP. Is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you need to take 8 silver
Oh,
back
right,
because
right.
it's
Two
2 silver pieces.
Okay, yeah, I'm
And
terrible
that's
with
how
maths.
math
I just made a deal with a fae. Maths,
Yeah.
maths wasn't part of it.
I say that you're busy and I'm like, oh, sorry, she's busy. And then I just give it for her on her
Very,
behalf.
very nice. Okay.
That was kind
I've
of a lot
been
of
paroling.
they should
I've
be.
been
You're
paroling.
outside?
Well, no, I don't know. Am I in the vicinity?
They'll make their way over to you and offer the platter to you as well.
Yeah, I'll drop on a gold piece.
Oh.
And thank you for your service.
Yes, the hand passes over and suddenly the gold piece is not there, and they walk back into the masseuse
Did they have
room.
any interesting reaction to that? Like, was there?
No, in fact, it was entirely professional.
Mm-hmm.
And
They didn't notice my pins.
let's see if they notice your pin. Ooh, 17. Yes, they notice your pin, and their reaction to that is quizzical.
Confusion.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm only bad at maths. I'm good. Does the masseuse go back into the massage room from which I'm going to go for a massage
Okay.
and go in and
Excellent.
question
All right.
them.
So they invite you in and say, please.
Hi, I'm Eupolis.
And is there any particular areas that you would like me to pay attention to today?
Oh, shoulders and back, please.
Very well. Disrobe and lie on the bed.
Okay, I'm new in town. Haven't been before, but got told we should come here. Got told we were too early and shouldn't be here yet. But
Oh. Well, we are open till midnight.
right.
You would be, where if you wanted to come back then, I can certainly arrange a slot for you.
Oh, please. So and then I'll see you later.
Okay. Very well.
What happens then?
At midnight?
Yes.
Oh, we close.
Okay.
There's no service after midnight.
Right, but I come back then.
No. It'd be too late then.
Oh, what's the slot?
The slot would be any time between now and then if you wanted.
Oh, 11:30 p.m.
Sure.
Right. Okay. Yes.
So you would still like the massage?
Yes,
now,
yes,
or
yes,
later?
yes. Let's have that now, and then I'll come back. Well, I assume you're very good.
Oh, the name of Jabaz is well respected around town.
Right. Well, show me what you can do, Jabaz, and hopefully I'll see you again at 11:30.
So Jabez starts a massage on you, and a very, very interesting technique, because she seems to be adapting to your different musculature, and you know, and also you have a tail and horns and stuff like that, and sort of different scaly structure on your shoulders and things like that. So yes, they sort of it's clear they've never massaged a tiefling before, but they
Have you ever
get-
massaged a tiefling before?
No, this is quite a learning experience for me.
Oh,
is
do.
your tail sensitive at all?
I swish it. Yes, it's fully functioning part of my anatomy.
I will leave it there.
Well, there's probably some tension in it too.
Okay.
Tail tension.
The base at the tip.
Yes.
You know.
All right. So is it everything it was promised to be?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Very relaxing.
Lovely. So at the end, I'm full of praise, and I'm not quite as generous as my friend Clara here, but I leave a 2 silver piece
Excellent.
tip
All right.
and say I'll see you at 11:30.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
She leaves the room to let you get dressed.
Right.
And they leave the room. They leave the room to get dressed.
So what? You're still performing. It's all an hour.
That's the
Okay.
swishing away.
So whilst you're doing that, I'm just trying to not draw too much attention. And I look at her,
Kicking.
just kicking a little bit, and then I go, Sarah's looking around the area. We're gonna try and see where people can come in and out of, just so we know if we need to have an escape route later on.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll stay here.
All right. No problem. Right.
And I go back to it being like really humdrum and like non-performative at all. And just like, alright,
Yeah.
no one's watching.
Go back to
No one's
really
watching.
basic.
Ah.
Basic
Like
magic.
washing the.
Yeah. So I spend like an extra couple minutes just sitting next to her, so it doesn't look too obvious, because obviously I don't want everyone just to leave her suddenly either.
Uh-huh.
And then I go, I'll be back soon, okay? I'm just going to do some investigating. Okay. And I start wandering around.
Well, it
Still
seems
out?
like I can't find anything.
No, there's not
So-
much to see.
Well, I'm getting a little demoralized by this whole thing. Okay, well, it doesn't seem
Somebody
like this
does-
lead has gotten us anywhere.
Somebody does exit the south massage room, and another masseuse comes out and sort of rubs off the X that was on the door there.
Okay, I'll approach that room and see if I can and give it a knock.
Yep, no answer.
Okay, is there anyone around? Anyone paying attention?
No, the masseuse is seeing someone out.
Okay, I'll look into the room.
All
See
right.
what I can find in there.
Again, it seems to be a fairly sort of standard massage room, bottles of perfume, towels, all of that sort of stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna sniff some of the perfumes.
All right.
What
Give me
smells have I got there?
a perception check.
Lucky it wasn't a con. You.
4.
3.
So 5.
That's right.
You're lucky it wasn't a constitution check. You are
Dead.
unconscious.
Yeah.
You smell ridiculously good.
That's right. No, there are some lovely sort of lavender and different types of scents. Nothing in particularly unusual.
Okay, I'll put some on casually.
Uh-huh.
Some jasmine around the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Have a look through the towels, perhaps, just under the bed. Anything around? No. Seems kosher.
Yep.
Exit.
At this point, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you're just coming out just as the masseuse comes back in, and would you like a massage?
I was considering a massage. What kind of massages do you is your expertise?
We perform a number of services, everything from a standard neck and shoulders all the way up to a special.
Oh, a special. What's included in a special?
I would certainly invite you to try it.
Well, that sounds exciting. Well, I'm curious. Sorry, what was your name?
My name is... it's not Jabaz. It's the other one. No, she doesn't get a name.
Barry.
Oh, no, Quirmila.
Oh.
Qurmilah.
Such a pedestrian name.
Quirmila.
So everyday.
That's right.
I prefer Jabaz. I'm in Jabaz team. I'm Team Jabaz.
Choose
Jabaz.
your team.
Hashtag Team Jabaz.
It's lovely to meet you, Quirmila. I am the Lady Syra.
Ah, a paladin.
A paladin, yes. That's correct. I serve the Morning Lord, Lathander.
I see.
This is a beautiful bathhouse here.
Oh, thank you.
Such fine scents you have, and such joyful nymphs on the walls.
We are blessed with a wonderful place to work.
Have you been here, working here long?
Oh, perhaps 8 months or so.
Oh, that's quite recent. Then.
Yes. I'm still learning my trade.
But this bathhouse, it seems like it's been here for some time.
Oh yes, it is. Yes, run by Thalamara.
Thalamara?
Thalamara Vathempur.
Vathenpur.
She.
Also an interesting name to say. That's an interesting. That's an interesting name, Quirmila.
One of the dukes.
One of the dukes. I see.
The ruling three. I have personally massaged her myself here.
Oh wow! Well, that is very impressive. Is it often nobility who come to these baths? I saw there's quite a variety of folk.
Yes, we have a number of guests of all different types of persuasions, but we are in, I guess, the better end of town, so mostly it's highborn or merchants or...
Interesting. And you say that you've given the Duke himself, was that correct? Or
Correct, yes.
wow, amazing. Do they visit here often?
No, I've only met her once.
Oh, I see. I would love to try your special massage. Shall we?
Please disrobe and lay on the bed. I will
Okay.
be back in a moment.
Okay. I will disrobe and, I have a lot of weaponry with me.
Yeah.
That's a 35-minute process. Yeah.
Pile
Really? You can't just do it through the plate armor?
Yeah, so chainmail and javelins
yes, we're only
and
level
sword and shield and my shield and sword are quite important to me, so I'd probably be making sure they were still within eyesight and close by. My flaming fist kind of uniformy, more standard gear I probably wouldn't just leave on the floor,
Fair enough.
expecting that someone else will fold those and put them away.
The cleaning fairy.
I don't do that work. Not until I entered this flaming fist situation.
All right.
Yeah.
You get a wonderful massage, which includes a full body scrub and an oiling and sort of a facial massage as well. So yes, it's the full works. And by the time you're finished, your
The spell is
spell
done.
has been created.
It's fantastic. Yes.
I come out.
While I'm being massaged,
Mhm.
can I kind of prod for a bit of information, like around, say, trying to mention things around like the Dead Three, like, it seems like this bathhouse has existed for some time. The time of troubles, perhaps. Do you know anything about? Do you yourself worship any deity?
No, I occasionally spend a copper at I can't remember the names of.
I can highly recommend Lathander.
Have you met
If
my
you're in
lord?
need of a deity, I can highly recommend mine.
No, she mentions one of the nature gods.
Yes, so Shanti.
Shanti, yes.
Goddess of agriculture, very
Yep.
common one.
You at the wiki page.
My parents are farmers and live just outside of Baldur's Gate. So yes.
Well, there's quite a mix of people here. I'm sure you've encountered all sorts. Do you have any interesting stories about perhaps some of the people who visit here?
I did give a massage to a giant of a man once. and he was very gruff with me, and he seemed very out of place because he had a horrible scar all over the side of his face,
Oh, how awful.
and he had quite the visage.
Was that recently?
Yes, about a month ago.
Well, yes, I mean, disfigurement is what it is. In these troubled times we live in, many people,
Oh yes,
have had a rougher time than others.
it didn't trouble me, but he certainly kind of kept it to himself.
Oh, I see. Well, you're such an agreeable person, I'm surprised.
I try.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
How are you going outside?
So I'm doing very well. I've left the pool and now I'm just kind of walking around the periphery and just looking around and looking at the walls and looking at the floors to see if there's any things that don't seem right.
Right.
So I'm making my way around the whole premises pretty much.
Yeah, there's so where the bathhouse is, it's on the corner of a block, so it's hard to kind of walk around the outside of it. Certainly on the inside, it looks fairly average.
Okay. Nothing out of place if I'm looking really, really carefully.
No, roll me a perception check.
18.
You feel like you've scoured the outside garden and the inside bathhouse very thoroughly,
Okay.
and found
Absolutely.
there's no way
problem.
that there could be any kind of.
Okay. So I let out a huge sigh. I'm like I've used all my energy up for nothing, and then I make my way back to Sophia, and because my boots are still there too, so I just start putting my boots back on. I say I couldn't find anything. I'm like so angry,
All right.
and then I just like sit there and I'm cross-legged and I say, "Oh, have you finished?"
Yeah, just scooping it up into one of my plain bottles.
Yep.
It's all done and good. The spell is complete. We
Yeah.
now have Holly.
Maybe we should label it so we don't think it's something else.
That's drinking water. Oh,
I put it in a Coke can so nobody can drink it.
Just gonna carve a little plus notch into it. Okay,
Yeah.
yep,
Looks
great.
perfect.
Yep, done.
I think I come out of my massage just as you finish, and I'm like, yeah, you know how long it took and that.
Yep.
You look more relaxed.
Jabaz.
Your
The
scales
magic
are,
hands of Jabaz.
scales are reflective, it's shiny, you're glowing. Like, not the way you usually glow.
More glowing.
You
Yeah.
look more flexible.
All right.
And I'll similarly have, when I got dressed, I would have probably, wiped the mud off my boots,
Yep.
feeling more relaxed than usual, probably reluctant to leave now that I'm back in the lap of nobility that I'm
Yes.
accustomed to, stretching, feeling beautiful, and probably walk out with a bit of a...
I give you the signal that you and I both had massages, and we had massages. We feel better.
Yes. Both looking good.
Yeah.
Walk beside me.
Yeah. She's with me.
That's right.
Who's, like, you have a competition of who's the most relaxed. Like, no, but I'm more relaxed.
Yeah. Did you get your tail
I'm
massage?
glowing
Oh
as
no.
well. Oh, my hair is looking golden again. And my eyes are shining. This
Yeah,
is
mine-
great. I
mine
smell
look-
like jasmine.
That's right.
My golden flecks are flecky. Flecky?
Ooh.
Flecky, is that even a thing? Yes.
Yes.
Look at that, luminescent.
I
Okay.
can just picture the two of you walking into the room and like the light catches it just well and you're just posed and there's a halo effect around you. You're like, oh damn,
Post-up.
okay. Wow, good massage.
How what they have.
Holy water, what's that for?
It seems we come back at midnight. I've got an appointment at 11:30.
I couldn't get... Oh, okay. Yes, well, I knew that.
But if that's the case, no one should be here now. So if we can find the secret entrance,
I've scoured this building. I found nothing.
Sorry, no one should be here now.
as in if the
If they're-
ceremony's at midnight,
If
there
they're-
won't be lots of people.
I think what we're saying is that if the Dead Three and their followers meet at midnight in this location, then wherever their lair is that is connected
Then
to
3 in the
it,
afternoon should be
presumably right now,
relatively empty.
it's empty. So
Yeah. Yes. Right.
Oh, something. Okay, cool. Something just clicked. There was talk about Eltruel disappearing under the influence of vampires. So, heads up, midnight is there's no sun out at midnight. This could be Yeah, okay.
vampires.
This is
Interesting. I
occurred to
don't
me.
think I've encountered vampires.
I don't think I have either, but I
Well,
hope I.
this will be
if we-
exciting.
I hope I. I
Can
don't
we-
know if I have.
Since we have a cleric and a paladin
And holy water.
and
We'll be
holy
fine.
water, well, no. Do you sense any undead anywhere near? Because presumably, if they're near us, we would be able to
Okay, I
sniff
can.
them out.
Whilst he says that, I'm lying on the floor and putting my head to the floor to try and see if I can
Yeah,
see anything.
listen.
Well, I
Underneath
can
us.
use one charge of my divine sense,
Right.
which.
There's undead
As
somewhere.
an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover. You can use this feature 4 times for a long rest. So effectively, I get a kind of ping effect within 60 feet, and as long as it's not completely covered, then I can sense undead, fiends, celestials, and any location of consecrated or hallowed ground. Dun, 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 dun.
And we talked about whether you would take...
So
yeah.
I'll probably stop and pray for a moment as my,
Yep.
and it's like a,
So
And of course, the light is still catching you as you do
And I'm
this.
like,
Yeah.
Wow,
There's
really?
Halo
Just know
esque
where the
effect.
camera
that's a
is.
good point, Sophia. Vampires.
no.
Let me just
No,
give
nothing?
you.
There is no ping. There's no, ping
no ping at all.
bang.
Can I get Tash to block her ears for a second? Block your ears, block your ears. Block your ears,
Is
block your
this
ears.
Tash or Cyro?
No, this is Tash blocking her ears. Since we decided in my backstory that I am the descendant of Lathander,
Yes.
and she detects any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Does
So
she
she gets a
detect
ping.
you?
Does she get some weird kind of doing from the...
That's probably a good point.
You're not a celestial per se, but I certainly am like, you
Just like
seem
a
stranger than I
a
expected.
celestial...
Like,
my
also, you're also-
Goldie flicks are indeed more flecky.
But you're also kind of a fiend as well, right?
You maybe get a
Like the-
false-
Devil, yeah.
Yeah, so I would be I would be expecting some kind of
some-
sense from you, right?
You get like a false positive read.
Yeah, like-
Right,
like,
nice,
oh.
So-
nice. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
cool.
I felt
cool,
something, but nothing, no vampire lair, certainly.
Yeah. I just squint.
You're not
I
what you
see.
appear to be.
Well, and also for all of you, I just went, no, there's nothing here. And you're like,
Yeah.
I guess it's just
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't hear anything either.
Okay.
All right.
So midnight it must be. Shall we
Well,
make our way to a long rest?
we've
Yeah.
planted the seed of our, suitability to be here at Midnight. I have an appointment for a massage at 11:30 with Jabaz. I highly recommend it.
Does it?
Maybe we could just like have round robin, just get massages until midnight, and just wait out this.
Surely massages round robin would mean that a long rest is a much shorter period of time
Right.
because we're getting massaged for 4 hours. So,
What would be the time at this point?
So it's about 5 o'clock.
Alright, so would the markets be closing, or do they have like late markets?
There
So
would
this-
be definitely some opportunity for purchasing
Okay.
things. Yes.
if we go to the really, really good part of town, does that
Yes.
mean we'll level again?
You're kind of in.
Congratulations, we're all level 20! Sorry.
If we go to the palace,
Sorry,
does that mean we just like leap levels?
Yeah. Does anyone need to pick up? I need to get a couple of items from the marketplace. Does anyone need anything
No,
before our adventures?
I'm a warlock. I just need a short rest.
It hurts so much.
Feel the burn.
So there's there is not a market per se, but there is certainly a number of streets that have a lot of merchants and stalls.
I definitely go with Owen to check out some of these shops.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sounds good to me.
Sarah, do you need anything?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Okay. You Paul?
I don't think there'll be
I'm
much there for me, thanks.
Oh, she thinks she's so much better than us. Wait until she sees my new handbag.
What would you two like to do whilst they're going off?
I think I want to make my way to somewhere quiet to have some thinking time.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm kind of done with the riffraff and I need some time to kind of think through. About to play some vampires.
It's a hard day. You
talk-
had a massage. Like you need a rest now.
Oh, it's exhausting having massages.
You need a holiday from this
Hey,
holiday.
I was
God.
interrogating that masseuse.
I'm going to seek out Jabaz
Okay.
and ask her them where I can spend the next 7 hours until I see them again.
They say They say there is an ale room about a block away.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called the Hungry Griffin.
Hungry Griffin. Right. I track down Kyra and say, Sarah. I'm doing Derek.
The Paladin.
Kyra the Paladin. There's
worships.
actually a doppelganger who's Kyra the Paladin. Sarah
worship-
the Paladin will come up against them.
And I worship like what? Latender.
Yes.
Something Latender.
No, wait. It would be.
wait.
No, I'm going to
We
write
can
the
find
thing
it
backwards.
silly.
Wait. This joke needs preparation. I
Whilst
suggest
you're doing
to
that-
Sarah that we go to the Hungry Griffin.
Okay. And where do you go?
So, would you like to come to the marketplace
Yeah,
today?
let's do the
Alright, let's go to the marketplace.
Yep. I need components. Like, I just spent a lot of components. Let's just go. Like, I'm just looking for that. What are you looking for?
I'd like a bag and something I can use as a wand.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Can we just go get you some sticks? I don't quite understand. what
We
it's
can get
called.
it if it's a really nice stick, sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll be on the lookout for a really nice stick.
Thanks.
So there's a number of I guess, adventuring supply stores that provide a general store that provide a number of things that you might find. Do you want to roll me? I don't know. What would we use to shop? Maybe investigation.
Just because I've put in the effort, it would be Kyra, the paladin who worships Red Nartel. The
Red
paladin.
Nartel.
Red Nartel. Red
I
Nartel.
got 19.
19 plus
a good name.
For investigation,
But not
plus
on-
5.
5, 24.
I
Yes.
recognize you as
Excellent.
the opposite of love.
Okay.
Matt, you're a bargain hunter.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
find
is it?
you find an extremely high quality but quite cheap bag, and also probably it's a twig that has been shod through with iron so that it's
Look, I found the perfect items.
That is gorgeous.
How much is the place?
those are 2 gold altogether.
Oh, that's nothing, right? Is that a bargain or not?
That's not really what I shop for, so I can't really tell.
But it's really cute.
It's
Haggle,
cute.
haggle,
Alright,
haggle,
fine.
haggle, haggle.
How about if I'm buying 2 items, can I get a little less? Say 1.5 gold.
A persuasion.
My persuasion is terrible. Actually, it's not. Yeah, it's only 5.
2.
Is there any way
No,
I
your
can step
price
in?
your price has just gone up.
So I say it more than as like a question rather than me trying to hang on. Like, can I buy it?
It's a very ineffective haggle. Would you like to jump in?
Yeah, jump in and say, no, I think that's a really reasonable price. I think she's totally right. You should definitely go with that deal. Otherwise, we'll just walk away.
I'll
you
tell
wanna
all
lose
my
that.
friends. All my friends.
Yeah. And that is, sorry, it was persuasion?
Yep.
Yeah.
12.
12
Yeah.
is enough. All right. She says very well. I think we can certainly do with the exposure. And yes, 1 gold, 5 silver.
Oh, of course. Then I, ching ching.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Look at this! So excited. How can I help you find your stuff?
I just need to find components. Need more silver powder. So I
Where'd you
just
get-
want to be prepared.
What should you
It's
get
like-
silver powder for?
I should be like one of those little shops with just like random odds and ends and bibs and bobs and like it's just be a pile of it in a bowl and you just scoop it up by the kilo.
Oh, like
I
a
just-
huge one. You like serve yourself?
Yeah, like
Oh.
with spices and nuts and things.
And then
Instead of
just silver on the
powder,
side.
and you don't want to eat it. Yes.
No, because that would really hurt, right?
Yup. It's
Okay.
not great.
All right, so we go and we start trying.
For a medieval fantasy haberdashery. Are you a haberdasher? Yes, I
Do you
am.
want to roll me another investigation, seeing as you're so good at that?
I rolled an 18.
Oh, well, that's
Oh, man.
plenty.
Yeah, that.
Sorry,
Try
I did.
and
My bad.
curse that dice roll there, DM.
So yes, there is definitely a place where you can buy that sort of thing.
Yes.
For the amount of silver that you want, they want 20 gold.
Yeah, right. Oh, really? Okay. Well,
Is it
that's
20 gold or
that's-
25 gold?
well, it's I mean, it's
25 gold worth of powdered silver.
Some might say it's 25 gold, but I think 20 gold is reasonable.
Right.
Sorry, so they're legitimately like, they say 20 gold? Okay, cool. I try to haggle them down and say, look, right where I come from, this is a ridiculous price for this. I'll meet you at 10.
Very, very sorry to hear that there are other people undercutting us. You would be more than welcome to go and shop there.
I mean, it's kind of far away though, so I was just looking to be, Yeah, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, you're going there.
You'll end up
that's
with
my
very
bad.
good water, not holy water, just slightly,
Slightly good one.
You make an excellent point. Here's $20.
All right.
Thank you very
They
much.
take the 20. Good. All right.
God, they really got me there.
The shopping is done.
We're at the Hungry Griffin.
You're at the Hungry Griffin. You don't know where they are.
No, we go back to the bathhouse, so we're like, hey!
Oh, where have they gone?
Oh my god, we've split the party.
Oh!
Next time we should probably ask them where they're going.
Yeah.
I thought I just wanted to relax.
Yeah. Damn.
There's no mobile phones.
I talked to the guard. I say, is there a relaxing place around here?
He says, oh yes, the Hungry Griffin. Round the corner.
Oh.
I'm not sure
Whoa,
that means.
resolved.
Yeah, not the other one.
I was really hoping you would be like, yeah,
I don't know, I think-
Yeah,
the
the elf
ski
song.
ball.
If I metagame,
Look at
I
that
feel he
Dave
should
and
have punished
Buster's
us a
over
bit
there.
more than that.
It's like Bathhouse sponsored by the Hungry Griffin.
Yeah, big arrow on the wall. Hungry Griffin. This
They have a little cart to take you from one to the other.
my God.
yeah, the Hungry Griffin courtesy bus.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
well renowned.
Excellent. I mean,
Sorry,
probably
courtesy tuk-tuk or courtesy cart. I'm not sure.
Like they're probably there. And let's just go looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
At the
sounds
very
good.
least, we can get a meal.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is only a block away. So.
Alright.
Perfect.
I just start following you because you obviously know where you're
Yeah.
going.
We're wandering through the streets, going towards
Are
Hungry
we
Griffin.
still in an investigative mood?
No, I'm in relaxed mode.
You're in relaxed.
I'm
I've
I'm
still got
in
my
contemplation mode. I have a lot to think about.
Uh-huh.
right. I've still,
Vampires, the dead 3, this bathhouse where we got almost 0 leads, really.
good
Bit
message.
frustrated. This is an opportunity. Might be slipping away from us.
All right.
I'm still wearing my
Yep.
badges of
Yep.
false leadhood as we walk into the Hungry Griffin.
All right. You're walking into the Hungry Griffin. We are at an hour, so we will take a break there. And please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and also hit the bell so that you're aware of when our next video comes out.
And
But these will be coming out very regularly on a Tuesday in Australia.
Yeah, as we've just learned, if you don't click the bell, you'll lose sight of your party. You gotta get the notifications.
I remember the buddy system.
yeah, we haven't split the party that badly.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.